Yes, you can start.
Yes. Good afternoon, everyone. A very warm welcome to all of you joining us today. I'm Dr. Prachika Thakur, certified physiotherapist and a public health professional, currently working as a divisional coordinator in Generation Savior Association. I'm honored to be your host for the most important webinar being held in the observance of World No Tobacco Day 2025. This year, we came together under a powerful and pressing theme, unmasking the appeal, exposing industry tactics on tobacco and nicotine products. So can you change the slide,
Yeah,
please?
yeah, yeah.
So this is the sequence of today's webinar. Now I request to all to switch on your videos on your video camera for the next 2 minutes for the group snapshot. So change the slide, please.
Okay, I'll stop sharing.
Yes. So
Yeah.
I request to everyone, please put your camera on for just 2 minutes to take a group photograph.
Can you take the photographs?
Yes, sir.
Or should I do it?
So maybe so
Oh,
you
okay, I'll take the snapshots. Okay.
yeah.
Please switch on your videos, please. Okay, so we can start with the presentations.
Now every year the tobacco industries finds new ways to package addiction, especially targeting our youth with sleek products, deceptive marketing, and misinformation. But today we push back. Today we shine a light on these tactics, and most importantly, we empower ourselves and others to see through them. World No Tobacco Day, led by the World Health Organization, is not just a date on the calendar, and it is a global movement to protect, to hold the industry accountable, and build a tobacco-free future. Today's webinar brings together experts, advocates, and change makers who will share eye-opening insight into how the tobacco and nicotine industries manipulate public perceptions and how we can resist, respond, and raise awareness in our community. Before we begin, I would like to thank to all our partners, participants, and panelists for being here. Your presence strengthens our shared mission. So, without further ado, let's begin this journey of unmasking the truth. Our first speaker is Dr. Rakesh Gupta, who is the president and the director of Public Health Strategic Institute of Public Health Education and Research. Sir, I welcome you. And
Thank
we,
you. Thank you, Prachika. Yeah.
yes, sir, we are honored to have you with us. Please share your thoughts.
So you're welcome all. And the World No Tobacco Day 2025 theme is unmasking the appeal. Uh, unmasking the appeal, expose industry tactics on tobacco and nicotine products. And this theme focuses on revealing how the tobacco and the nicotine industries they use marketing and deceptive tactics to attract particularly the young people to their products. The campaign aims to raise awareness about these tactics, advocate for stronger regulations, and protect public health because you all know this is important. It highlights the industry's use of flavored tobacco products, deceptive packaging, and addictive designs to encourage lifelong use. So, the best way to quit smoking is to never stop at the first place. And as you are well aware that about 13 to 14 people, lakh people, they die in India every day, every year, in fact, because of the tobacco use. 38% of TB cases, they also die because of the usage of the tobacco. So this is a slide from the Madhya Pradesh and it is in Hindi. So you can just watch it. And बच्चे एवं युवा तंबाकू उत्पादन के प्रति क्यों आकर्षित होते हैं? So there's glamorized marketing because of that they are attracted. And then there are some other reasons also for being attracted. The flavors, that is one of the reasons. The marketing tactic is one of the reasons because Mr. Cyril Alexander will throw light on these issues in detail. So, Dr. Prachika, can you just give pledge to all the participants regarding not no use of tobacco. Can you administer the pledge, please?
Yes, sir.
Prachika? Yeah, yeah.
So, मेरा नाम प्राचिका ठाकुर. आप सभी अपना नाम दोहराएंगे. मेरा नाम प्राचिका ठाकुर विश्व
Can you just unmute yourself and just repeat the pledge what Dr. Prachika is doing? Thank you. Yes.
मेरा नाम प्राचिका ठाकुर.
चलो कोई नहीं, अगर नहीं बोल सकते तो doesn't matter. आप कंटिन्यू करें.
मेरा नाम विश्व तंबाकू निषेध दिवस 31 मई 2025 को शपथ लेती हूँ कि तंबाकू उत्पादकों के भ्रामक प्रचार प्रसार आकर्षण के बारे में अवगत कराकर लोगों को जागरूक करूंगी. मैं सत्यनिष्ठा पूर्वक शपथ लेती हूँ कि जीवन पर्यंत तंबाकू का सेवन नहीं करूंगी और दूसरे लोगों को भी तंबाकू सेवन की लत छुड़वाने में मदद करूंगी.
So thank you, Dr. Prachika.
Yes,
so
sir.
you're given the pledge. So this pledge, actually, this is supposed to be taken on 31st May, but since we are celebrating the World No Tobacco Day on 27th May, so it is valid for today also. And it is meant for, the pledge is meant for each and every day of the year. So now I think we can start with the students if they are available. So Myra Goel, is she available from Learning Path School?
Sir, few of the students want to join, but they are not able to join. They already text in the chat box also. So,
sir, there are few.
But I given the direct link also. I sent the direct link to them.
Excuse me, sir. Can you please let Jahnvi of New Public School enter?
So there's no one in the waiting.
MACT, WNTD.
There's no one in the waiting. I mean, no one is waiting to be joined.
I think, sir, she has messaged you. Jahnvi of New Public School.
Okay, I'll try to join them. But Avni, you have joined now, so you can start with the presentations. Avni. So who has joined? Myra has joined. Sehajbir, Jahnvi, and Stanzin. Who has joined?
Jahnvi is waiting for your approval.
Actually, I've sent the direct link to them, so I don't think it is much of an issue because others they have joined.
I'll once again answer.
Jahnvi. In the meantime, I think Avni can start her presentation and then we can see. Avni, you can present yourself. Avni? Avni, are you with us? Any of the student is available? Or Opinder, you can just give an overview of the MPOWER. Opinder ji?
Right, sir, I'll do that.
You can start with the presentation. Then we can just join.
I think in the meantime, Dr. Prachika, if you can call up the students and see what problem they're having in joining.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
I'll send them the direct link also.
So, good morning, everyone, to all the participants who are there. And I want to congratulate you all for being part of this World No Tobacco Day celebrations, which has been led by Sipher. I need to talk about the Empower policies. So, but I think before that, a little brief on what the tobacco burden is of our country, and why do we need a program like a tobacco control program, and why we've been celebrating World No Tobacco Day. And the entire discussion today on this webinar is around massive epidemic that we as a country, we as community faces, and we need to fight towards it. You all must be seeing in the news these days that the COVID cases are rising once again, and the kind of pandemic that COVID was, and how seriously all of us took COVID, and how seriously concerned we are today again with the rising cases of COVID. We tend to ignore the deaths, the disease burden that tobacco use has on the economy and on the society. So when we talk about in numbers, annually, if we talk about how many deaths are caused by tobacco use, they are approximately 1.35 million deaths that happens in our country annually just because of tobacco use. The eight major reasons of deaths in our country, tobacco control plays a very important role in all those in the increase of all those diseases like TB, cardiovascular diseases, respiratory diseases, cancer, people living with AIDS, and the ones who are using tobacco. So all the major 8 causes of death around which the major health programs of a country revolves. If we combine the annual deaths that happen because of those 8 major causing deaths, and we examine the deaths caused because of tobacco surpasses all of them. So that is how serious tobacco epidemic is. And to overcome this issue, to control this epidemic in our society, there are many tools that are being used, there are many policies, there are a lot of laws that are there in place in our country to actually control and eradicate tobacco from our system. But how this entire strategically started was way back in 2003 when CODPA came up. And then before that, when the country signed the Framework Convention Treaty of WHO, the one health treaty that our country has been a signatory to, which is called FCTC Convention Framework. And there is a strategic tool called the MPOWER tool, which is used globally to control tobacco. And to just throw a brief light on what this Empower strategy talks about, and how, according to that, how the entire tobacco control program, the National Tobacco Control Program came up, and how the legislation, which is CODPA, came up. It has all been based off these major, set of 6 evidence-based strategies that World Health Organization came up with. So if we expand the word empower, which is MPOWER, so every alphabet, gives one strategy to control tobacco in a nation. So the first element of the empower strategy is M, that means monitor tobacco use and prevention policies. So the monitoring of tobacco control goes in 2 ways. One, to study that how many tobacco users are there in our country. What is the health attributes that are leading because of the use of tobacco use, the deaths happening because of tobacco use, and also the prevention policies that are coming up through the governments, through the Ministry of Health, to actually combat this epidemic of tobacco. So if we talk about the tools that are being used in our country under the M component of Empower, we have a GATT study that happens every 10 years. So we've had GATS 1 that happened in 2009 around. We've had GATS 2. And in that, it is, we're happy to announce that India has been able to reduce down by 6 percentage points in tobacco prevalence. But this monitoring cannot be a one-time activity. It is an ongoing activity to keep on studying what are the new trends coming in the market, what are the new reasons coming into the market, which leads to the initiation of tobacco use. And why this becomes so important is, we always say that tobacco kills 50% of its users if the product is being used as it is intended to be, which clearly means that, just cheese ke liye cigarette ko banaya ja raha hai, if it is used exactly the same way as the industry wants the users to, 50% of its customers are eventually going to die a premature death. And when a company which is into a business, which is into the business of making money by selling this death, wants to continue being in business, they need to come up with policies that is going to attract the younger generation to initiate tobacco use. So when we talk about the numbers, every day we have 3,500 people losing their life because of tobacco use in our country. If we just see that figure in isolation, we would feel that, okay, fine, then that's going to be, eventually going to fade away the tobacco users, and it's very easy to eradicate tobacco into a system. But the real problem lies into the daily initiation rates, and those initiation rates are majorly among the age group of 13 to 17 years. And if we look at those numbers, so we have 5,500 new initiations every day, that the new initiations of tobacco use. So monitoring of prevalence and prevention policies become very important to actually identify the reasons of why the youth is getting into this habit, and also identifying the policy gaps that are there, and also identifying what are the new avenues in which these policies can be framed. The number 2 component of the Empower strategy, which is P, is protect people from tobacco smoke. So if we talk about the rules, I think we all are aware that smoking in public places is strictly prohibited. Why this law had to come in place? Because smoking doesn't have a direct health impact only onto the smokers, but also to the non-smokers, the passive smokers. And we have millions of deaths happening because of passive smoking. We have a huge health burden because of passive smoking also. So to protect the non-smokers who've chosen not to smoke, it becomes very important to come up with those policies which protect the non-smokers. So in those, if we talk about in our country, it is basically provision of smoking in public places. And also when we protect our youth from initiation, that means, somewhere wherein we say that, we don't have to sell loose cigarettes, the cigarettes shouldn't.
Opinder, the frame is frozen. Can you rejoin, Opinder? So Prachika, I think there's problem with her presentation. So
Sir,
Myra has joined. So Myra, Avni, and Jahnvi, they have joined. So we can start with Myra then. Opinder, are you with us? Opinder?
Good morning, sir. Are we audible?
Yeah, you are audible.
Okay,
Yeah.
so Myra and Sehaj both have joined. Both
Okay,
the
okay.
students are here.
Okay,
They joined from the same account. Is it fine?
Yeah, it is okay.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Okay, thank you. So Myra, you can present them.
I'll be beginning. Do I have permission?
So I'll give you permission. Okay. So you're joined from your own account?
Yes, sir. Just a second. Yes, I have permission. So,
Okay.
can you see my screen?
Yeah, it is launch
yes,
meeting.
visible.
I had lost my connection. Can I start from where I left?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
Upinder. So we can start. We can continue with Upinder first.
Okay. So was I able to complete the P component of the Empower?
I think you were able to do that.
Okay. So the third component of the Empower package is O, which is offer help to quit tobacco use. That becomes very important component when we talk about, or when we dream about a nation which is free from tobacco prevalence, which is, in simpler words, majorly strengthening our cessation systems in our country. If we
Myra,
talk about
can you just discontinue with your presentation?
Right, sir.
We'll call you again. Yeah. Yes, Upinder.
So initially, when tobacco control activities were initiated in the country and state-wise and district-wise, the O component was not a very important element that was being looked into as a country's priority. But if we talk about the present times, because the tobacco control in the last 2 decades and 3 decades of time been able to achieve a lot of objectives of the Empower strategy, and currently, the O component of the Empower package is very important, and it is on the top priority of the country also. That is strengthening our cessation services, which means helping those who are already using tobacco to quit. It is very rightly said that, there are two ways to control or eradicate tobacco use. One is to make the smokers quit smoking, and the other one is preventing the new initiations in tobacco use, like preventing our youth from actually initiating tobacco use. And the easier part has always been the prevention part. And all the policies that has been in place in the country have proven to be very apt and very effectful in actually preventing the youth from initiating tobacco use. And I think all the audience present here would be very amazed and honored to see the young students who are going to talk about tobacco control. That clearly shows that, how the tobacco control activities and strategies and policies have been able to sensitize the youth of not to initiate tobacco use. But when we talk about the country's stand on cessation services, so we are very proud that we have a national quit line number. So there is cessation services available on phone, on messages, which is M cessation, and also every state, every district of every state has a tobacco cessation clinic, which is exclusively dedicated to tobacco cessation. They are different from the other drug de-addiction centers. So, they are technically the technically trained staff available at the cessation services, at district hospitals, at the health and wellness centers. Also, there is now a trend wherein a brief advice of tobacco cessation is also involved. So, cessation services forms the O component of the Empower. So all these components, when we talk about what are the policies that have been adopted by the country and by different states, we would need another webinar to be held on every component of Empower, because so much work has been done in the country when we talk about tobacco control. But my role here today was just to throw a brief light on what these strategies are and how the tobacco control activities revolve around these 6 strategies. So the 4th strategy is basically about warn about the dangers of tobacco, which includes the health warnings that come on the tobacco products, and that gonna help the, and also the supports the promotion of the health messages on the tobacco products, and also promotion of the cessation services that are available for smokers to quit. So again, if we talk about the country's stand on this strategy of Empower, we have 85% pictorial warnings on both sides of every tobacco product. Initially, in the recent times when there was no tobacco control program, there were no laws governing tobacco control, we have seen tobacco products with no warning as such. There used to be just one small line written that tobacco is injurious to health, which was again not a mandate by the government, but it was something done by the industry. And even to be on the smarter side of how the industry thinks and how industry functions, there was a line, and there's still a line which says that tobacco should not be used by minors. It is injurious for health for minors. And can we have the
Excuse me,
others please mute themselves?
Can you please mute yourself?
Mr. Raghunandan? Okay.
Raghunandan.
Yes. So, that was a way to basically attract the youth, because, when we are in our teens or young adolescents, the things which are prohibited, the things which are sinful are more attractive, and, the youth tends to try those more. But now currently, if you pick up any tobacco product, it is a mandate that it needs to come with 85% pictorial health warnings, which again gets rotated so that the message out there are effective. And all these warnings come after a lot of scientific studying and testing. And they have been proven very effective in new initiations, and also have motivated the current smokers to think about quitting tobacco use. The 5th element of the Empower package is enforce bans on tobacco advertising, promotion, and sponsorship. So those who are around my age into the audience and older than my age, we might be remembering that, there used to be a World Cup which used to be sponsored by tobacco industries. So it was sponsored by Wills. There was a Bravery Award that was sponsored by Red and White cigarettes. And every time when we used to switch on the TV television, every news, every movie that we used to watch, or anything that we used to watch on television used to be followed by advertisements of tobacco products and of cigarettes. There was a whole clothing line also around, a cigarette brand. But with the Empower strategies being adopted by the country under the National Tobacco Control Program and the COTPA law, all those promotions, any kind of promotion, direct, indirect, surrogate, any medium, is strictly prohibited. Yes, there are violations. Having a law doesn't really mean that we've been able to 100% eradicate those violations, but having a law in place enables the law enforcers, enables the government and the enforcing agencies to actually combat the industry and make the industry accountable for their activities. So, it becomes very important to have a framework around which we need to work when we say that, we need to control tobacco, we need to eradicate tobacco.
So, Pindaji, I think you can skip the details about the raising tax because I'll be talking about it.
Okay,
So,
that's great.
And I need to introduce you also.
Right. So, the last component of the Empower strategy is R, which is raise tobacco taxes. And I think Dr. Gupta will be talking about that. You're going to be talking about the taxes, you said?
Yeah.
Okay, so I won't talk much about it, but the only one thing that I would say that is one of the most effective tool when we talk about reducing the prevalence of tobacco use and also eliminating, I would I would not say reducing, but eliminating the initiation among the youth, because higher the prices, the less are the chances that the very young ones would get into initiating all those. So I think that kind of sums up the Empower strategy. But there have been a lot of work that has been done on every component, every strategy, and just by adopting these 6 principles of tobacco control, I think any country can actually show a huge difference. And India's growth in tobacco control has been great. There have been, initiatives have been started with our country, like the ban of electronic cigarettes. I'm sure Dr. Rakesh would be talking about it because he's been the man behind starting the talk of e-cigarette ban in the country, and Punjab being the first state to ban e-cigarettes under the leadership of Dr. Rakesh. So he would be talking more about that. And also this year's theme of WHO actually highlights on the risk and how serious these nicotine products that are coming up in the market is. So now tobacco control is no longer just the traditional tobacco control, but we really need to, as the theme says, unmask the appeal. The death is being now hidden behind those flavors, and we really need to work collectively, and we have the policies, we have the laws in place. It's more of the awareness and more of us as individuals to understand our responsibility in actually adopting and implementing this law. So with that, I think I would say thank you and congratulations once again to Sipher for celebration of World No Tobacco Day at such a huge forum. Thank you so much.
So thank you, Opinder ji, for your detailed discussion and giving us an overview of the empowered strategies by WHO. And I think these were very useful. She is Director Programs at the Generation Savior Association. And the Generation Savior Association was started in, I think, 1996 or 93. So it was started by
96, her. Registered 96. In 97.
Okay.
We started in 96.
So her mother, actually, she started this NGO, and she is continuing with that. So thank you, Opinder. Thanks a lot. So now we'll have some students representatives who will be talking about different components of the Empower. So let me introduce them. So we have with us Myra Goel, then Sehajbir. It is Sehajbir, actually, BIR. So Avni, we have Jahnvi, Stanzin. So Myra Goel is a grade 9th student from Learning Path School. Sehajbir is from grade 10th from Learning Path School. Avni is from Shivalik Public School. She's in grade 10th. And Jahnvi is in grade 12 and she's from the New Public School. Stanzin is from New Public School and she is in grade 10th, I think. And she's traveling, so may not be able to join, but we hope that she's able to join us. So over to Myra Goel first. Yes, Myra. So can you share your presentation? Myra, Sehajbir, Avni. So Avni, are you with us? Jahnvi, are you with us?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Jahnvi, we can start with you. You can
Okay.
share your presentation here.
Do I have the access to share my screen?
I'll give you the access, sure. Sure. In the meantime, you can just start it.
Okay. So, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Jahnvi-Grade and I am a proud student of the New Public School. It's a
So you
privilege.
have the access now. Jahnvi, you have the access.
Okay. I will share my screen now.
Sure.
I hope you can see my screen.
Yes, it is visible.
Okay, so good afternoon, everyone. My name is Jahnvi-Grade and I am a proud student of the New Public School. And it's a privilege for me to be here with all of you today to discuss a topic that deeply impacts our health, our families, and our future. So, tobacco smoke and how we can protect ourselves from it. Now, I'm talking about secondhand smoke. You might think it's not my problem if someone else is smoking, right? Well, let me show you how it is. Sorry. Let's start with my topic, protecting people from tobacco smoke. Think of secondhand smoke like a glitter. It sticks to everything, your clothes, your lungs, your kids. You didn't ask for it, but now it's everywhere. You don't have to smoke to suffer, and that's where we begin. Now, how many of you have traveled in a local train or bus, or stood in a queue and someone next to you started smoking? We Indians are too polite to say anything, so we cover our noses, turn away, and suffer silently. But secondhand smoke is not something to tolerate. It's dangerous. Let us understand what secondhand smoke really is. So it contains over 7,000 chemicals, out of which 100 are toxic and almost 70 can cause cancer. And yet, we breathe it unknowingly at homes, in public places, even at religious functions and weddings. It's like burning incense, but instead of blessings, we inhale poison. Picture this: a grandfather sitting in a veranda, smoking bidi. His granddaughter is playing nearby. He doesn't realize that while the smoke leaves his lungs, it enters hers. She coughs, but says nothing. He smiles, thinking everything is fine, but it isn't. This is a typical Indian home scenario, but it doesn't have to be. Now, looking at the global number, it's scary. Each year, millions die from diseases caused by secondhand smoke exposure. What's worse, children under 5. They are the most vulnerable. Every time someone lights up near them, their health is at risk. Now, exposure happens in homes, tea stalls, and a lot of other places, in workplaces or in public parks, restaurants, bars, and sometimes even inside temples and religious gatherings. We have normalized it, but now it's the time to change that. But don't worry, we are not just talking about problems, we are here to solve them. There are strategies to protect people. It's about creating smoke free spaces everywhere: homes, offices, public places, everywhere. And here is an example of how one city made it work. Take Chandigarh for an instance. It became one of the first smoke free cities in India. The administration ran public awareness drives, trained enforcement officials, and the public
Anji.
process. Today, smoking in public places in Chandigarh is rare because the people accepted that clean air is their right. Now, comprehensive smoke-free policies should be in place everywhere, no exceptions. Because if we can make public spaces smoke-free, why can't we do the same for homes and workplaces? We need to eliminate smoking from these places, and guess what? It's totally possible. Now, let me ask you a question. How many of you were taught about second-hand smoke in school? Probably very few. That's why education is key. Imagine how different things would be if every school taught children the dangers of tobacco smoke and every workshop helped adults quit. The world would be a cleaner place and a healthier one too. Now, promoting smoke free homes and vehicles is crucial too. Voluntary policies like not smoking in cars or at homes can reduce exposure dramatically. And now let's make it a social norm. Let me share a real story from my hometown with you. There is this tea stall outside a college, a typical Indian adda. One day, a first year boy, B.Tech, was standing there with a cigarette in one hand and a samosa in the other. Total swag. He lights the cigarette and takes a puff. And just then, his mother appears out of nowhere. She had come to give him a tiffin, which he forgot at home. What happened next? The tiffin fell, the cigarette fell, and his ego fell the hardest. The slap echoed louder than the tea vendor shouting, cutting ready. That small movement taught the entire group a huge lesson. No matter how cool it looks on Instagram, smoking is just not worth it. Sometimes change doesn't need a huge law or campaign, it just needs one slap of realization. And every Indian home has that potential. A mother scolding, a child scoffing, a neighbor's stare. All these can become the first spark of change. In conclusion, folks, it's time to clean the air. Let's support smoke free homes, encourage people to quit, protect children and the elderly, and most importantly, let's be the voice for those who cannot speak for themselves. Thank you, and let's breathe easy.
Thank you so much, Jahnvi.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jahnvi, for your clear and passionate message on protecting people from tobacco smoke. Your concern for community health truly resonates. Now, I welcome Ms. Myra Goel from Learning Path School, Mohali, who will be sharing her perspective on monitoring tobacco use and and the importance of strong prevention policies. Myra, we have delighted to have you with us. Please go ahead and share your views.
So I'll make her, I think I need to make her co-host. So how can we do it? Myra, have you
So,
joined?
yes, sir. I had
Okay.
dropped off the event, but I'm back now.
Okay,
May I
okay.
begin?
Yeah, sure. You're visible.
Yeah. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Myra Goel, and I'm a student of grade 9, Learning Path School, Mohali. Today, I want to talk about something that affects millions of people in India and around the world, tobacco use, and how monitoring it can actually help us fight back. Although monitoring tobacco might sound like something only scientists or health officials do, it's actually important for all of us to understand and work on. So, what is monitoring tobacco use? Think of it like this. If we want to solve a problem, we first need to understand the magnitude of it. That's exactly what monitoring does. It means collecting information. Tracking tobacco use prevalence, trends, and related health outcomes can help guide us in creating effective tobacco control strategies and protect people's health. Now, you might wonder, how do we collect this information? In India, we use some pretty powerful tools. For example, population based surveys, such as the Global Youth Tobacco Survey, GYTS, and the Global Adult Tobacco Survey, GA. Trade and data. Monitoring tobacco consumption also involves understanding trade and production. Number two, morbidity and mortality data. Data on tobacco-related disease and its tobacco use on public health.
Myra, your
But
voice is
hesitate.
cracking. Can you rejoin? Can you rejoin, please? And we are not able to see the screen also. Please try to rejoin. So in the meantime, Avni, if you can share the screen. Avni, are you with
Yes,
us?
sir. Could you please give permission to the other account I've joined from?
Okay, I'll give you permission. So you have my permission. Can you join?
So there is no option to share.
No, is there permission?
Sir, I've joined from that account already, but there's no permission to share.
Acha, it doesn't matter. You can just talk about your presentation, but it is visible to you now.
Yes, sir. I'll share it from this PC
Oh, okay,
only.
okay. Because I made you co-host. Yes, it is visible. Yeah.
Is it visible, sir?
Yeah. I think Myra has rejoined. So let her finish. You can just stop sharing and then Myra can share. So
Okay,
Myra,
sir.
are you with us? Myra? Some technical problems are there. So Myra, are you with us?
Yes, sir. I'm extremely sorry for all
It doesn't matter.
the
You can
disconnects.
just quit that sharing the screen and then you can just talk about it. Talk about your presentation.
Right. Should I start from the beginning or continue where I left off?
No, continue where you left.
Right. I was saying that the issue is that sometimes this data is not scientific or standardized, but India specifically has to make it so that it's accurate and comparable to similar data collected across the world. Coming to what exactly we are monitoring, we're looking at a few important things here. First, how big is the problem? This means finding out the extent and prevalence of tobacco use in the population. Secondly, who is most effective? Understanding how tobacco use varies across different demographics. Like, do more boys use it or more girls? Is it higher in cities or villages? Adolescents or adults? Thirdly, why are people using it? Is due to peer pressure, advertising, or something else entirely? And last but not the least, what are the consequences? Here we monitor which diseases are caused by tobacco, hospital costs, and how it affects people's lives and their families. Now, you might ask, why is this so important? Well, monitoring is important because with this information, we can actually make a difference. Number one, we can track the progress of tobacco control policies and interventions over time. Are anti smoking campaigns working? Are fewer people using tobacco now than before? We can also improve laws. Monitoring data can be used to advocate for stronger tobacco control policies, such as tax increases, restrictions on advertising, and cessation programs. For example, if data shows that advertising leads more teens to try smoking, we can push for stricter ad bans. We can also protect public health. Monitoring helps raise awareness. The more people understand the risks, the better choices they can make. Additionally, this data doesn't just stay in India, it's shared globally so countries can learn from each other and work together. International organizations like the World Health Organization, more commonly known as the WHO, play a crucial role in promoting and coordinating tobacco surveillance globally. To conclude, monitoring tobacco use isn't just about numbers and charts, it's about saving lives. Every piece of data can help build a healthier future for India and the world. And the more we know, the more we can do. Thank you.
Thank you, Myra. Yeah. So, and Dr. Prachika, we can call Sehajbir. Sehajbir is with her.
Yes, sir. Now I would like to welcome Sehajbir Singh from the Learning Path School, Mohali, who will be sharing his thought on a crucial aspect of tobacco control. How can we offer help to those who wish to quit tobacco use? Sehajbir, we are glad to have you with us. Please go ahead.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, everyone. Today, I want to talk about something deeply important, not just for our health, but for the people we love. It's about offering help and support to those who are trying to quit tobacco. We all know that tobacco is really harmful. It's the leading cause of preventable deaths around the world. It takes lives, damages families, and drains resources. But we're not here to judge anyone. We're here to talk about how we can be part of the solution, how we can help someone we care about take one of the most powerful, positive steps in their life: quitting tobacco. Quitting tobacco is not easy, it's a physical addiction, but it's also emotional. For many people, tobacco has become a part of their daily routine, their way of coping with stress, or even their identity. That's why simply saying just quit isn't enough. What people really need is patient, non judgmental, and ongoing support. So, how can we offer that support? First, we listen. The journey of quitting often starts with a conversation, not a lecture, not a list of healthy statistics, but a genuine, caring conversation. Ask them how they feel about their tobacco use. What do they like about it? What worries them? Just listen without pushing just listening without pushing can open the door to change. Secondly, we encourage without pressure. Tobacco users often feel guilt or shame. They may have tried before but may have failed. Our role is to not make them feel worse. It's to remind them that every attempt counts, that quitting is a process, not a one time event. Let them know that you believe in them, even if they've struggled in the past. Third, help them make a plan. Once they've decided to quit, they'll need a strategy. That might mean setting a quit date, identifying their triggers, finding healthy alternatives, or using tools like nicotine replacement therapy or apps. Offer to help research resources. Go with them to a doctor or a counselor, or even just check in with a daily message. Fourth, we celebrate progress. Every day without tobacco is a win, whether it's one day, 1 week, or 1 month. Celebrate those milestones. Remind them how far they've come. And if they slip up, don't criticize. Help them get back on track. Finally, we lead with an example. If we use tobacco ourselves, quitting alongside someone else can be a powerful act of solidarity. If we're not, if we're non-users, we can show what a tobacco-free life looks like: healthy, energetic, and free from dependence. Let me remind you, when someone decides to quit tobacco, they're choosing life. And when we support them, we're helping save that life. There are resources out there. Apps. So, makes the difference is you and me. The friends, the family, co-workers, teachers, and neighbors who stand beside them. So today, I ask each one of you, who can you help? Who do you know who might be struggling silently, needing a hand to hold as they try to quit? Maybe it's a parent, a sibling, a friend, or even a colleague. Reach out, offer your support, be patient, be present. Because when we help someone quit tobacco, we're not just improving their health, we're giving them back their freedom, their energy, their future. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.
Thank you so much, Sehajbir, for your thoughtful words and reflection. Now let us hear from the Stanzin student of New Public School, Chandigarh, who will be sharing her views on how we can effectively warn about the danger of tobacco and raise awareness, especially among young people.
Actually,
Stanzin.
Stanzin is not available, so let Avni speak, and then after Jahnvi will speak on behalf of the
Okay.
Stanzin.
Now let us hear from the Avni of Shivalik Public School, Mohali, who will be sharing her views on enforced bans on tobacco advertising, promotion, and sponsorship. So, Avni, please go ahead.
Is my screen visible?
It is visible.
Okay, sir. Good morning to one and all present here. I am Avni Saini from Shivalik Public School, Mohali, and today I stand before you all to present a PowerPoint presentation on the topic Enforced Bans on Tobacco Advertising, Promotion and Sponsorship. Because the less we see tobacco, the fewer lives it destroys. What is the power of marketing in tobacco use? Well, tobacco companies spend billions making their deadly products look cool, stylish, and even harmless, especially to young people. This isn't just some harmless advertising, it's targeted addiction marketing. And the result? A new generation hooked on poison before they even know the risk. The World Health Organization's Framework Convention on Tobacco Control, especially the Article 13, demands a comprehensive ban on tobacco advertising. This isn't optional, it's a proven strategy to lower tobacco use and protect public health. And it works, especially when it comes to keeping youth away from even starting. What is a comprehensive ban? A real ban must be airtight. This means blocking every form of tobacco promotion. TVs, social media, billboards, discount offers, giveaways, and even sponsorships. It also means stopping cross-border ads like international websites and satellite TV so the industry has nowhere to hide. Now, why bans are necessary? Here's the truth. When tobacco advertising disappears, so does demand. Young people are less likely to start, and current users are more likely to quit. And countries that enforce strict bans show dramatic reductions in tobacco consumption. It works, but only and only when it's done right. Most tobacco ads today happen right where people buy, which is at the counter. It's subtle but the most powerful. Posters, discounts, and colorful packs. We need to ban these too and replace them with plain packaging. No colors, no logos, just health warnings. This will definitely reduce brand appeal and impulse buying. A law is just a text if there is no one to check. We need strong monitoring of both traditional and modern channels. Social media ads, chat groups, influencers, even hidden event sponsorships. Governments must stay one step ahead because the industry never stops. Tobacco companies say ad bans restrict their freedom of speech, but here's the reality. Our right to life, our health, to a safe future comes first. Governments restrict ads for guns and harmful drugs. Tobacco, which kills almost 8 million people a year, deserves no less. Let's be clear, the fight is urgent. We must enforce advertising bans fully, support bold policymakers, and raise awareness wherever we can. Together, we can prevent addiction before it begins and build a tobacco-free future. Thank you everyone for listening. This World No Tobacco Day, let's not just spread awareness, let's demand action and let's be the awareness. Thank you.
Thank you, Avni. Now, let us hear from again Jahnvi from New Public School Chandigarh, who will be sharing her views on how we can effectively warn about the danger of tobacco and raise awareness, especially among young peoples. So, Jahnvi, we are happy with you. Happy to have you with us. Please go ahead.
Okay, so I will share my screen. Please let me know if it is visible.
Yeah, it is visible. Yeah.
Okay. So, good afternoon, everyone. Today, we are here to talk about something that hides in plain sight and something that seems small but feels big. Yes, I'm talking about tobacco. So, now what is tobacco? Do you know where tobacco comes from? It's the dried leaves of a plant. That sounds innocent, right? But don't be fooled. When rolled into cigarettes, cigars, or chewed in smokeless form, it becomes a slow poison. The real villain here, nicotine. It's not just addictive. It hijacks your brain and your body before you even realize it. Let's talk about the damage. Tobacco is the friend that stabs you in the back. Lung cancer, throat cancer, heart disease, strokes, and yes, even your smile suffers with stained teeth and premature aging. And while all this goes on, your immune system is waving a white flag. And here's what hurts even more. Tobacco doesn't just hurt the smoker, it also attacks the people around them. And this is what secondhand smoke is. Secondhand smoke is dangerous, especially for children and pregnant women. It causes asthma attacks, ear infection, and even sudden infant death syndrome. Every year in the US alone, secondhand smoke causes 7,000 lung cancer deaths. No exposure is safe, not even for a moment. For us teens, it is even riskier. One puff might feel cool, but that one puff can lead to a lifetime addiction. Tobacco affects brain development, it ruins coordination, and it invites other drugs to the party. Say goodbye to physical fitness and healthy lungs. Is that really the future we want? And guess what? Tobacco isn't just ruining bodies, it's draining wallets. High medical bill, missed school and work, fires caused by smoking, pollution and whatnot. Globally, tobacco costs over 5 billion lives every year and 5 billion revenue every year. Imagine what we could do with that money if it wasn't going up in the smoke. So, what can we do? Choose a healthy life, help friends and family to quit, support smoke free policies, and most importantly, say it loud and proud. I don't need smoke to shine. Your health is your wealth. Be smart, don't start. Thank you.
Thank you, Janvi. Now we are privileged to once again hear from Dr. Rakesh Gupta, who will share his expert insight on powerful strategies in the tobacco control, that is, raising taxes on tobacco product as an effective deterrent. Dr. Gupta, we have honor to invite you once again to share your thoughts.
Uh, yeah, Prachi. So let me have my presentation. I'm trying to get my presentation. Yeah. So is it visible now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is, I think, enforced bans. Yeah. So I'll be talking about the R component of the WHO MPOWER, and it is related to raising taxes on the tobacco products, the economics of the tobacco and tobacco taxation in India. So as you know that lowering raising the taxes, that will lower the death and disease because of the tobacco use. And you see in here a very small part of it can be visible. The India is visible, and we have 50 to 75% taxes. And tobacco taxes are lower overall in India, and especially low for the products consumed most widely. Tobacco is consumed in a variety of forms, from smoking tobacco products like BDs and cigarettes to several types of the chewing tobacco, like the pan masala. It is always mixed with the tobacco, the chewing tobacco, to make it like gutka. And there are considerable differences in the taxes imposed on each of these product categories. And you see that in India, there has been no change with the GST, etc. So you can see that it is all gray, the India. The tobacco-related deaths, India account for approximately a sixth of the world's tobacco-related deaths. Tobacco is expected to kill nearly 1.4 million people So about 14 lakh people, they die each year. Tobacco demand in India is high and has shown no signs yet of declining. Roughly 10% of the world's tobacco smokers are in India. With a rise in disposable incomes, so consumption of tobacco is expected to rise in India. It's not going down because it is becoming more affordable. Tobacco control in India, the tobacco control efforts, they are at an early stage, and the Cigarettes and Other Tobacco Product Act, or popularly called as COTPA, that was enacted in 2003. But the compliance with these regulations, it is a very comprehensive and a very good act, but the compliance with these regulation guidelines, that remains less than optimal. The tobacco economy, it employs about 7 million people, they say. The taxes on cigarettes are low, while taxes on BDs, they have historically been close to zero in rupee terms. It is consumed very heavily. The cigarettes are consumed lesser than the BDs. The result is that tobacco products, they have become increasingly affordable in India over the past decade. Significant and sustained increases in the taxes across all the tobacco products would dramatically reduce the tobacco consumption, mortality, and morbidity, while also raising substantial government revenues. You see that the revenue earned by raising taxes can be used for tobacco control. Research that shows that a 10% increase in cigarette prices, that should reduce cigarette consumption by 3.4% in rural India and 1.9% in urban. So in rural area, so the impact is more. While a 10% rise in BD prices would reduce BD consumption of 9.2 and 8.5% rural and urban areas, respectively. It is almost the same. The benefit of these price increases, they are substantial, in addition to the deaths averted among the current users by deterring the current cohort of Indian youth from initiating smoking. An additional 10.9 million premature deaths caused by BD smoking and 1.6 million premature deaths caused by cigarette smoking can be prevented by raising taxes. And unlikely that these higher taxes would threaten aggregate employment levels. So that is also important. And at the same time, these cigarettes and BD price increases would generate rupees 146.3 billion rupees and rupees 36.9 billion rupees in new government revenues, respectively. So this is very important, that if we raise taxes, the government revenue will improve, and which can be used for tobacco control. So raising the BD taxes to rupees 98 per thousand sticks would raise over rupees 36.9 billion in tax revenues and prevent 15.5 million deaths in current and future BD smokers. And it can also prevent the raising cigarette taxes to rupees 3,691 per thousand sticks would increase tax revenues by over 146 billion and prevent 3.4 million deaths. So you see how important it is to raise the taxes. So in the end, I would say that we must increase the taxes on BDs and tighten the policies regulating the BD production, increase the cigarette taxes substantially, simplify, extend, and strengthen the tobacco taxation to all the tobacco products and the legal NENTPs, that is the new emerging nicotine tobacco products. The new emerging products, the electronic products, they are like oral nicotine pouches and electronic cigarettes, which you must be familiar with. Explore earmarking as a means to support additional tobacco control efforts. So by increasing the revenue, by increasing the taxes, we can increase money available for the tobacco control efforts. So thanks a lot. Thank you. So over to you, Prachika.
Thank you so much, sir. Now I would like to invite Mr. Cyril Alexander from.
So Cyril, oh yes, I don't know whether Cyril has been able to join us. Cyril, are you available with us? Sehajbir, are you available with us? Can
Yeah,
you just?
hello, sir.
Yeah. Yeah, Cyril,
Yes,
you
sir.
are available. Yeah, thank you. So you can present it yourself if you want. I'll give you the access.
Yeah. Can I present?
Yeah, just let me check if you are already co-host or not. So I'll make you co-host and then you can present. Yeah. You can present it now.
Yeah, just a minute. Is it visible?
Yeah. Your screen is visible. So I'll introduce after this presentation. So Mr. Cyril Alexander is Executive Director of the MACT, and he has also introduced the Tobacco Monitor app, which is very important. All of you must download this Tobacco Monitor app. You will get a lot of knowledge about it, and you can uh, just send your complaints to the authorities also. So thank you, Cyril, for joining.
Thank you, Doctor. Thank you, Sipher, for organizing this very wonderful event. Especially, I'm very happy I'm able to see many young faces and then young presenters. So that's very important. We are moving to the next generation.
Yeah,
they are taking care of the tobacco control. I think their presentations are really, it's very good and very informative. So maybe I can just give some informations. How the tobacco industry is targeting the children and youth. Especially, they want to concentrate among the youth groups because they are the front group for them. So really, they want to focus them. So they come up with a lot of marketing strategies. So they have their own strategies, and then they have a strategic plan. The tobacco industry is coming with strategic plan. In that strategy plan, they are mentioning that they have to identify the potential consumers. They have to create a product for a potential consumers. Who are all the potential consumers? The children and youth are the potential consumers. So they want to create other products, the surrogate advertisement. That's why they are coming with notebook, pencil, rubber, all these kind of products. So their marketing strategy also it's changed actually. In early 20th century, cigarette ads dominated magazines, radio, and TV. In mid 20th, warning of bans begins with health effects are revealed, and then today the industry providing with lot of information about the vape, nicotine pouches, and electronic cigarette and other things. The goal remains keep nicotine addiction alive, especially among youth groups. So that's their strategy actually. Key industry tactics are the youth-focused advertising. They always come up with advertisements focusing the youth groups, targeting the youth groups, and then come up with the flavored products also, like honey or some very good flavored products also, and then sleek and respective messages also they are coming with, and with bright color, trendy packaging, and then they are also into social media campaigns and influence deals, and then they are also in tie up with the influencers in different states, and then the influencers are promoting these products actually. They're just simply going somewhere and then they just smoke, and then their influencers, it will reach to millions and people, and then reaching to the children also. The candy, fruit, and dessert flavors mask the harness of the product. Devices look at gadgets. Now they are with gadgets also. Like electronic cigarettes. No, electronic cigarettes, it's not only in a single format or single product. It's like more than 500 varieties. You will see like a phone, no? How the phones they are coming with, always coming with advanced technology. Like that, they are coming with a lot of things also. So the tobacco industry finds some loopholes in the act, and then they find some loopholes in the enforcement sector, and then they are able to flourish it like anything. The loophole, some laws only ban cigarettes, not other forms of nicotine. You know, our laws is very old, and then we are waiting for the amendment in that law. but the product are coming like the new products are coming like anything, and then the new products cannot be addressed through the our old law. So we have to change our law, and then we have to do some amendments in our law, and then only you can target the new products like vape and electronic cigarette. Dr. Rakesh is one of the he's the person want to introduce the electronic cigarette ban in India, and then he started in this ban in Chandigarh, and then now it's banned more than I think almost all the states now, and then the national ban also is there. So this kind of things has to be taken care, and then changing product names, and then in the act some name will be there, but they are coming with heat not banned or some product name, and then they are changing. They are just claiming that this is not the tobacco products, it's a different product or something like that. And then the packaging tricks, last maybe may ban tobacco branding, but not the design. So the branding can be banned if the particular brand registered under the brand Trademark Act has been banned, but they are keep on changing the design. Not in the same brand, they are releasing it every time, in every 3 months they are coming with a lot of new designs, and then covering the children. So you can see how their packaging strategies improved, and then now they are into online sales. No need to go to the shop or something like that. They change the mode of operation, and then we can just order it from the applications, and then they will deliver it to your home. Even the 18 years also they are able to get it, but the checking the below 18 years, it's very complicated actually. And then they are make use of the front groups, the consumer rights, harm reduction, some of the false claims they are coming with, and then the marketing laws by ban ads to youth, but not on all platforms. Nowadays, the platforms also it's many, and then the social media. There every day we can see new social media platforms are coming, and then the act is not addressing properly on all these kind of things. And then the digital manipulation is the major issue now. The tobacco industry, they changed their all their tactics to the digital marketing now. Instead of doing the advertisement and promotion activities in the shops and point of sales, they are coming with digital platforms. They are always very much visible in the digital platforms, the social media ads and viral content. They just want to make some content viral, and then they will be doing it. And then the influencer, and then peer-to-peer influencers also they are using it. So the another thing is the targeting the vulnerable groups, especially teens and young adults, because they are the one the tobacco industry target, because it's very easy target for them. It's a low hanging fruit, so immediately they can catch them, and then they can become a tobacco consumers. And then the low income communities, they're also concentrating the low income communities where the people can easily buy some new products, and then if their behavior is influenced by the local people, and then they can do whatever they want. And then they are also concentrating the ethnic minority groups also. The ethnic minority groups, if they are involved in this kind of activities, they are not able to come out of this tobacco consumption or tobacco addiction. So these are the vulnerable groups actually. So the tobacco industry also, they're targeting the vulnerable groups. Conscience of history, industry tactics, the health effects, lung disease, heart problems, weakened immune system, and then addiction, yearly exposure, increased lifelong dependency, mental health, and then the environmental also, it's mainly affected by the tobacco industry things. And then they are coming with a lot of innovative approaches, like they are going to the colleges, and then they are doing some activities, and then they are just supporting some of the events in the colleges, and they are able to do the cultural activities, cultural competitions in the colleges, and then they are branding they're creating a brand name in the colleges, and then make them into the thing. And then, for example, there is an Horlicks company, and then Horlicks company, if you buy one Horlicks, and then they will give you a classmate notebook. These kind of advertisements also they are coming with. And I think the Horlicks is nothing to do with tobacco industry, but still the tobacco industry and Horlicks join together, and then they are promoting their products. And then the OTT, it's another thing, and then where they just simply promoting like anything for, especially for the new gadgets like electronic cigarettes, and then it's very much available in the OTT platforms. Even though we have GSR 400, it's banning all the advertisements and all these kind of things, but still the government cannot take any action against the violations. That's the issue actually. So the regulations, really we have to ban flavored products, and then tax nicotine products has to be there, and then enforce age restrictions. That's also a big issue. The age restriction, it's not happening. Where they'll say below 18 years, other age specific. It won't work on digital platforms. And then the education, the school-based prevention program has to be conducted, and the national campaigns like the youth campaigns has to be communicated in the educational sector also. The community action, youth activism, and the grassroots advocacy has to be strengthened. Then only we can address this issue. We have to support the government. In tobacco control, it's not a this act is not like other act. It's a public health act. So really the public has the role to play, and then really we have to work with the government. We have to support the government, and then we have to implement the enforcement. So the government is ready to do the enforcement, but as a civil society, really we have to support them, and then we have to create evidences, and then we have to move to the next level. So the tobacco industry keeps finding next ways to promote nicotine. So we need to stay alert, and then we have to address all these kind of things. Thank you very much. Thank you for this opportunity.
So thank you, Cyril. And he talked about the theme of this World No Tobacco Day, that is unmasking the appeal. And he exposed the tobacco industry antics also, the tactics also, and on tobacco and nicotine products. So thank you, Cyril. And I may let everybody know that Mr. Cyril is from Tamil Nadu, Chennai, and he's leading the campaign against tobacco industry. And he has been one of the public health specialists who made that OTT, the tobacco depiction on OTT was banned by Government of India through a notification because of his efforts, I think. Thank you. Thank you, Cyril.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, Mr. Cyril Alexander, for your powerful message. I would like to thank special mention to Dr. Siddhi, Dr. Aruna, Mr. Raghunandan, Dr. Rakesh Gupta, RJF Jaipur, and all the distinguished public health specialists who have joined us from various locations.
Yeah, Mr. K.C. Sani has also joined. So he's also one of our old colleagues. Okay. Mr. K.C. Sani, yeah.
Okay. So thanks to all for being with us in this webinar. As we are about to wrap up today, I would like to invite Dr. Rakesh Gupta, RCA from Jaipur, and Dr. Aruna to share their views and thoughts as concluding remark on this topic, and your perspective will surely add value to our discussion.
Thank you, Dr. Prachika, and the best compliments to Sipher and Dr. Rakesh for a very, very absorbing and interesting and very productive webinar. I was very delighted to hear the young ambassadors for tobacco control, and I was thinking they should be utilized perhaps more often for our political masters to listen. The priority that we need in this country to be tobacco free. So I think the messages have been given very holistically. I really don't have anything to add. I must appreciate the presentations given by both Dr. Rakesh and Mr. Cyril Alexander. I mean, I have really, if I say anything, it will be perhaps not sufficient. And my vocabulary also will fall short of appreciating them. But yes, they have made the presentation very happily. I don't wish to forget Opinder. She was the one who kick-started the webinar, and I think she gave a very useful message as well. So keep it up. I think we should have more such webinars, engaging more young people. We wish to listen to them. The people should listen to what they are doing. We should have such videos prepared for them so that our political masters can listen. Because in my opinion, it is the political will which will matter the most for the tobacco-free India, or what we call as end game for tobacco. Thank you very much, Dr. Prachika. Back to you again.
Thank you once again to all our speakers for their impactful insight. Now we will open for the floor for the question and answer session. If any participant have questions for our speaker, please feel free to drop them in the chat box or raise your hand, and we will try to take as many as time follows.
You can even unmute yourself and then ask questions directly from the resource persons. So we have Dr. Rakesh Gupta, Madam Aruna. Dr. Aruna, are you with us? So Dr. Aruna is not with us, but you can direct your questions to any of the resource persons and to Dr. Rakesh Gupta from Jaipur as well, if you have any questions. So Dr. Prachika, I think if there are no more questions, so we can at least thank all the participants. So
Sir,
a formal vote of thanks would be.
Sir, can we wait for like 1 to 2 minutes more? So
Sure, we can wait.
Someone have questions so they can ask.
Oh, sure.
So there is a question from Dr. Sriram. What strategies work best to ensure tax increases translates into reduced tobacco use? To Rakesh sir.
Yes, Dr. Rakesh Gupta. So you can answer the questions.
I'll repeat the question. What strategies work best to ensure tax increases translate into reduced tobacco use?
You're muted. Dr. Rakesh, you're muted.
The answer lies in the question itself. You increase the tax, tobacco use will reduce. This is the most proven and the most effective strategies within the continuum of MPOWER. There is no doubt about it. Now, how do we get the taxes increased? Through the governments. That's the challenge we have, because governments wants to balance the benefit or the profit of tobacco industry with the benefits of the public health, which is again in direct conflict. So the government cannot have both. Governments know, there is evidence that tobacco industry is an industry which causes more loss to it in the terms of revenue and the human lives lost, and hence the productivity loss. It is not the right business for government to continue. I will again say it's the political will which is most important to end the tobacco. We must have a timeline for it, whether it is 5 years or 7 years. Government of India and all state governments should decide about it in unison, that by this year the tobacco they will have a stop, will be stopping the commercial sale of tobacco altogether. That is my humble submission.
Yeah.
I hope this satisfies him.
So well said, Dr. Rakesh Gupta. So I think raising taxes is the best strategy to reduce the tobacco use, surely. So can you talk about something about hookah bars also? You want? Because hookah bars is a problem with the youngsters mostly.
See, I think we have failed in regulating the hookah bars, because the challenge is the weak enforcement. I think it was Avni who said that, or somebody who was talking about the enforcement said that, maybe Myra. And I think that's a big challenge we have.
Yeah.
And it's for the youth now to understand that hookah is not meant for them. And therefore, not going to hookah bar will be the best in their own interest. The message requires to be spread far and wide as we can.
Can you please mute yourself? I think it is from Ladakh. Someone from Ladakh.
Right.
I'll try to mute if possible. Garinchen Dome, yeah. Okay.
Right. So I think I have said what is required to be said, that yes, hookah bars, the responsibility lies mostly with the government, enforcement agencies. They should do some mapping, etc. But the youth, wherever they see the hookah bar, they should report to the Tobacco Monitor app, to the local government for bringing the enforcement in. That is what my thought is. The deterrent should be higher, and it should be not only the penalty but imprisonment, nothing less than that.
So another thing is that we don't have to, amend the COTPA Act also, because all available acts are there, which can be used against.
Sorry, COTPA needs to be amended for the penalties. See, having
it has to be.
200 is less. When it's hookah bar, I think nothing less than imprisonment.
Yeah.
Over 5 lakh rupees fine and imprisonment. We should have the penalties which should match with the Juvenile Justice Act, the NTPS Act, where there is a higher penalty, there is a longer imprisonment, and that should be it. People playing with the lives of the children, I think they deserve no sympathy.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
And I may tell you that no hookah bar is licensed in India.
Yes.
And it violates almost all the available anti-tobacco, the tobacco control acts, which have been told about by Dr. Rakesh Gupta. So they violate all the acts. So even if there's no amendment, in Punjab there is amended COTPA, but you don't need to get the COTPA amended also, because you can use that Juvenile Justice Act, and the Poisons Act also can be acted against in hookah bars. Against hookah bars, yeah. Thank you. So if there are no other questions, can we wind up, Prachika?
Yes, sir. So as we wrap up, our heartfelt thanks to all our speakers, Mr. Cyril Alexander, Ms. Opinder Gail, Dr. Rakesh Gupta for sharing their expertise. Special appreciation to our young voices for their inspiring contributions, and to all the attendants for being part of this important conversation. So let's continue to work together for the tobacco-free future. Thank you and have a wonderful day.
Prachika, I would also like to thank the principals, coordinators, teachers and students of the Learning Path School, Mohali, New Public School, Chandigarh, and Shivalik School, Mohali, Shivalik Public School, Mohali. So they made efforts to make this event a success. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Yes, thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye.